The early days. A visionary is born. Elon Musk's story begins in Pretoria, South Africa, on June 28, 1971. Born to May Musk, a model and dietitian, and Errol Musk, a wealthy engineer and entrepreneur, Elon's early years were influenced by his parents' divergent personalities. His father was known for his sharp intellect, but also for his emotional distance and volatile personality. His mother, on the other hand, was nurturing, determined, and a firm believer in her children's potential. Musk's parents separated when he was just 10 years old, and the split left a lasting impact on him, though it also shaped his drive for independence. From a young age, Elon exhibited a profound interest in technology. He was fascinated with the mechanics of how things worked and showed an early aptitude for mathematics and physics. His mother once recalled that Elon could spend hours reading books, often far beyond his years, immersing himself in subjects like science fiction, engineering, and mathematics. He didn't just read for entertainment. He read to solve problems. At the age of 10, Musk had a computer, a Commodore VC-20, and quickly taught himself how to code. By the time he was 12, Musk had created a video game called Blaster, a space-themed game where the player destroys alien ships. He sold the game for $500 to a local magazine, an early sign of his entrepreneurial mindset. However, Musk was far from an average child. He was introverted, often bullied in school, and developed a tendency to retreat into his imagination. At age 17, Musk left South Africa for Canada, seeking a broader, more innovative future. He attended Queen's University in Ontario, choosing Canada for its political stability and his desire to eventually move to the United States, the land of opportunity in the tech world. He also sought distance from his father, whom he later described as evil in some interviews, feeling his father had a negative influence on his life. After 2 years at Queen's, Musk transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the U.S., where he earned 2 degrees, one in economics from the Wharton School and another in physics. Though he excelled academically, Musk wasn't interested in the conventional path. Rather than pursuing a traditional job after college, he wanted to start his own business and make a difference. His vision was clear. He wanted to develop technologies that would change the world. Key takeaways. Early intellectual curiosity. Musk's intense desire to understand how things worked and his self-taught coding abilities set the stage for his future ventures. A sense of isolation. Musk's early experiences with bullying and his strained relationship with his father shaped his emotional resilience and drive. First glimpses of entrepreneurship. Selling Blaster at age 12 showed Musk's innate business skills, even at a young age. Zip2 and the birth of his first fortune after his time at the University of Pennsylvania. Musk moved to Silicon Valley in the mid-1990s, which was a hotbed for technology startups. In 1995, rather than attending Stanford for a PhD program in applied physics, Musk dropped out and decided to plunge into the world of business. He launched Zip2, a software company designed to provide online business directories and maps to newspapers. Musk's initial vision for Zip2 was relatively simple. He wanted to bring the same search capabilities that Google later popularized to the local directories of newspapers. Although it wasn't an overnight success, Musk's persistence paid off. Musk and his brother Kimball, who had joined him as a co-founder, worked tirelessly on Zip2 in the early days, often living in their office and coding into the early morning hours. In those early years, they faced significant financial struggles. They worked relentlessly, at one point even getting their computers and desk chairs from secondhand stores. Despite these hardships, Zip2 began gaining traction with customers. The company helped newspapers set up online directories that could list local businesses and provide maps to customers. Musk, an intensely focused individual, continued to develop the platform to make it more user-friendly and comprehensive. His vision for Zip2 was not just as an online directory, but as an integral tool for any business wanting to go online. In 1999, Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash. Musk's share of the sale was $22 million. While many young entrepreneurs might have used this windfall to take a break, Musk immediately reinvested the majority of his earnings into his next venture, X.com. Key takeaways. Entrepreneurial drive. Musk's decision to drop out of Stanford and start Zip2 was fueled by his desire to change the world, not follow the conventional path. Persistence in adversity. Musk's tireless work ethic in the early days of Zip2 is a testament to his unwavering commitment to his vision. The importance of reinvestment. Musk did not rest after his first financial success, but rather reinvested his fortune into new ventures. PayPal and the era of online payments. In March 1999, Musk launched X.com, an online payment company that would later become PayPal. The idea behind X.com was to create a financial services company that made it easier for people to transfer money over the internet. Musk believed that traditional financial institutions were slow, inefficient, and outdated, and the internet could provide a more secure and convenient way to handle transactions. X.com initially offered a variety of online services, from email payments to bank accounts, but the company soon pivoted to focus exclusively on online payments. Musk's most significant innovation was simplifying the online payment process. Rather than requiring people to input all of their bank information every time they made a transaction, PayPal stored user data securely, enabling faster and more seamless payments. The road to success wasn't easy. Musk faced significant internal conflicts with the company's management team, including disagreements over the direction of the business. In 2000, he was ousted as CEO of X.com, but he retained a significant stake in the company. By 2001, X.com was rebranded as PayPal, and it quickly became the most popular way for consumers and businesses to make secure transactions online. In 2002, eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock, and Musk walked away with $180 million. While many of his peers would have retired or taken it easy, Musk took a different path. He used his fortune to fund his next, far more ambitious endeavors. Key takeaways. A game-changing idea. PayPal revolutionized online payments, making it safer and faster to send money across the globe. Internal conflict. Musk's ousting as CEO of PayPal didn't diminish his wealth, but shaped his resolve to maintain control in future ventures. Leveraging success for bigger goals. Musk's $180 million windfall from PayPal set the stage for his involvement in Tesla, SpaceX, and beyond. Tesla. The road to electric cars. In 2004, Musk took on a role that would redefine not just his career, but the future of the global automotive industry. Tesla Motors, founded by engineers Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, was struggling when Musk entered the scene. Initially, Musk came on board as an investor and chairman, but he quickly became involved in the day-to-day operations. Tesla was founded with a mission to build electric vehicles, EVs, that were not just environmentally friendly, but also high-performance, stylish, and aspirational. At the time, the electric vehicle market was in its infancy, and Musk faced considerable skepticism. The automotive industry was dominated by fossil fuels, and there was a prevailing belief that electric cars could never compete with traditional gas-powered vehicles in terms of range, performance, or desirability. Musk, however, was undeterred. In 2008, Tesla introduced its first electric sports car, the Roadster. While the car was high-end and expensive, it proved that electric cars could be fast, stylish, and sustainable. The Roadster had a range of 245 miles on a single charge, a feat previously thought impossible for electric vehicles. Tesla faced severe financial problems during its early years. Musk personally invested millions of dollars from his PayPal fortune to keep the company afloat, even as Tesla teetered on the brink of bankruptcy. But in 2012, the company unveiled the Model S, a luxury sedan that would change the automotive industry forever. The Model S was praised for its performance, design, and innovative features. SpaceX. To Mars and beyond. In the early 2000s, while Tesla was beginning to gain momentum and PayPal was a distant memory, Elon Musk set his sights on a new, audacious goal: to make humanity a multi-planetary species. His desire to explore space, reduce the cost of space travel, and ultimately colonize Mars seemed far-fetched at the time. But Musk was undeterred. His vision for SpaceX wasn't just about sending satellites into orbit or launching astronauts to the International Space Station, ISS. It was about the survival and thriving of human civilization beyond Earth. In 2002, Musk founded Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, or SpaceX, with the goal of reducing the cost of space travel and making it possible for humans to settle on other planets. Initially, the company faced significant skepticism from the industry. NASA and major aerospace companies like Boeing and Lockheed Martin had dominated space exploration for decades, and private companies were not seen as a serious threat. But Musk, always driven by his conviction, was determined to challenge the status quo. SpaceX's first rocket, Falcon 1, failed 3 times between 2006 and 2008, and many investors doubted Musk's vision. However, Musk persisted. By the 4th attempt, in 2008, SpaceX succeeded in launching Falcon 1 into orbit, becoming the first privately funded company to send a liquid-fueled rocket into space. This success was a watershed moment for SpaceX, but the company still faced numerous hurdles. In 2008, SpaceX was on the brink of bankruptcy. The company had spent most of its funding on the development of the Falcon 1 and Falcon 9 rockets, and there were no guarantees of success. Musk himself invested the last of his money from the PayPal sale into SpaceX, knowing that failure meant the end of his dreams of space exploration. It was a pivotal moment that could have ended his entire space venture. However, fate smiled on SpaceX. In 2008, just weeks before running out of money, SpaceX secured a contract with NASA to develop a spacecraft that would ferry cargo to the ISS. This contract provided the financial lifeline SpaceX desperately needed. Musk's belief in the company's potential was finally vindicated, and the company's trajectory would change forever. The rise of Falcon 9 and Dragon. With the successful launch of Falcon 1 in 2008, SpaceX continued to innovate. The company developed the Falcon 9 rocket, which became the workhorse of SpaceX's operations. Falcon 9 was designed to be reusable, a key innovation that would drastically reduce the cost of space missions. This was a bold departure from traditional aerospace companies, which built rockets that were discarded after each mission. In 2010, SpaceX launched its Dragon capsule, which was designed to carry cargo to the International Space Station. Dragon was the first privately developed spacecraft to be recovered successfully from orbit. This achievement was groundbreaking for the commercial space industry. In 2012, Dragon became the first privately developed spacecraft to deliver cargo to the ISS, solidifying SpaceX's place as a leader in space exploration. The SpaceX revolution. What set SpaceX apart from traditional aerospace companies was Musk's relentless pursuit of innovation. The key to SpaceX's success lay not just in developing new technologies, but in making space travel more affordable and sustainable. Musk's focus on reusability, cost reduction, and autonomous operations created a new paradigm in space exploration. The Falcon 9 rocket could be flown multiple times, dramatically reducing launch costs and increasing the frequency of missions. SpaceX's first successful mission to the ISS in 2012 was a turning point for the company and for space exploration. Until then, only government agencies like NASA had been able to launch cargo and astronauts into space. But with the success of Dragon and Falcon 9, SpaceX proved that private companies could play a crucial role in space exploration. In 2015, SpaceX achieved another monumental milestone, the first successful landing of a Falcon 9 rocket back on Earth after launch. This event was a game-changer, as it demonstrated that rockets could be reused, which is a key component of Musk's vision to make space travel cheaper and more sustainable. The idea of reusable rockets had been a dream for many years, but Musk's tenacity and willingness to take risks turned it into reality. The Mars vision, colonization, and the Red Planet. While SpaceX was establishing itself as a leader in space travel, Musk was already thinking about the long-term future. In 2016, he revealed his ambitious vision for Mars colonization. The idea was to build a spacecraft capable of transporting people and cargo to Mars. Musk believed that humanity's long-term survival depended on spreading out into the solar system, starting with Mars, and that technological advances in space travel would make this possible. To achieve this, SpaceX developed the Starship program, a fully reusable spacecraft designed to carry humans to Mars. Musk's plan was to build a fleet of starships capable of transporting thousands of people and tons of cargo to the Red Planet. The goal was to create a self-sustaining colony on Mars by the mid-21st century, with the first manned mission to Mars planned for the 2020s. Musk's vision for Mars colonization has captured the imagination of millions. It is not only about exploring space for the sake of exploration, but also about ensuring humanity's survival in the face of existential threats like climate change, nuclear war, or pandemics. For Musk, the goal is not just to reach Mars, but to make human life multiplanetary, thereby safeguarding civilization from the dangers that Earth may face. Key SpaceX achievements. First privately funded company to reach orbit. SpaceX became the first private company to send a liquid-fueled rocket into orbit with the launch of Falcon 1 in 2008. First private company to send cargo to the ISS. In 2012, the Dragon spacecraft successfully delivered cargo to the ISS, marking a major milestone for commercial space companies. Reusability of rockets. SpaceX revolutionized the aerospace industry by developing reusable rockets, significantly reducing the cost of space travel. Starship and Mars colonization. Musk's vision of sending humans to Mars with Starship is an ambitious, long-term goal that could change the future of space exploration. Challenges and criticisms. While SpaceX's achievements have been widely celebrated, the company has faced its fair share of challenges. The long development times, technological failures, and the enormous risks involved in space exploration have led to skepticism from critics. For years, SpaceX's business model was seen as overly ambitious and unlikely to succeed. In the early years, there were doubts about whether Musk could meet the high costs of developing reusable rockets and spacecraft. Additionally, SpaceX's focus on Mars colonization has also been criticized by some experts. Critics argue that SpaceX should focus on solving immediate problems on Earth, such as addressing climate change or advancing renewable energy, rather than spending billions of dollars on a project that may be decades away from reality. Musk, however, sees the Mars mission as a way to ensure humanity's future. For him, it's not just about technology, but about the survival of the human race. Despite the critics, Musk's unyielding vision has driven SpaceX to achieve what many once thought impossible. The company's successes have earned it billions of dollars in